When the Lumix GH6 came out last year, I must admit I was a little bit disappointed. It had fantastic video features that would win top trumps with cameras costing twice as much, but I would have traded most of them for just one thing. With all the Lumix cameras before the S5 Mark II, we should focus on the elephant in the room, manually of course. Lumix contrast detection autofocus works well for stills, but subtly hunts and shimmers backgrounds for video footage. But that was the past. Here is the future. The Lumix G9 Mark II. They've not only preloaded most of those lovely GH video features, but also added phase detection autofocus with AI, human, car, motorbike and animal tracking. That elephant can now leave the room and charge across the landscape in perfect focus. The G9 genuinely seems to be everything I wanted the GH6 to be. It has phase detection autofocus, ProRes 422 HQ recording to SSD, 10-bit 422 4K at 50p without a crop, 6K 25p internal recording, 4K 120 frames per second 10-bit without a crop, and full vlog. Much of this could be copy-pasted from the spec of the GH6. On paper, the image stabilization and the dynamic range is actually a little bit better. We do lose the low-pass filter, the CF Express slot and raw HDMI output, but most of the high bitrate ProRes options are there. They just need to be recorded onto an external portable SSD. For wildlife shooting, smaller sensor cameras have a few advantages: size, weight and telephoto range. Micro Four Thirds sensors effectively act as a 2x converter compared to full frame, so a 50mm lens becomes a 100mm. You can simply get closer to the action. I was using a sub £500 100 to 300 Lumix lens with image stabilization for these shots, and it's easy to handhold because it's very small and light. Combined with the GH9 Mark II body, it tips the scales at under 1.2 kgs. The combined 8-stop internal body image stabilization plus 7.5 stops of lens stabilization and the active IS is just remarkable for video. All these shots are handheld at the full frame equivalent of 400 to 600mm. The 120 frames per second 4K is perfect for natural history filming, but the animal detection doesn't work when shooting high frame rates. Standard constant autofocus does, and it did seem reliable. The EVF isn't that special, and the flip-out screen isn't the best either, but let's not forget this is a far from expensive camera. There are many people who decided not to upgrade their trusty GH5s to GH6 because although there were some great headline video features, it didn't have what the opposition had: reliable video autofocus. Panasonic's S5 II sorted this out for the full frame brigade, and now Micro Four Thirds fans finally get decent video autofocus too, along with a host of high-end video and stills features. I think they should be very tempted to upgrade to the G9 Mark II. Thanks for watching. If you want to find out more details about the G9, head over to our website, and I'll see you on the next one.